Well, I was born a coal miner's daughter in a cabin on a hill in Butcher Holler. We were poor, but we had love. That's the one thing my daddy made sure of. He shoveled coal to make a poor man's dollar. Hey, mountain friends, y'all. I was so sad to hear about the passing of Loretta Lynn. So in honor of her, I'm going to make this coal miner's cake. And I've made this before. And as y'all know, my mom just recently passed away. So this is in honor of my mommy too, because my mommy was a coal miner's daughter. And I was a coal miner's daughter. And still am. My dad's still with us, and actually I was a coal miner's wife for so many years before we moved to northern Kentucky. My husband was a coal miner when he was a young man in his 20s. That's what he did, and so coal mining. I'm from a coal mining family from eastern Kentucky. Just a little FYI. For y'all, the movie Coal Miner's Daughter, actually a majority of that movie was filmed in the county where I'm from. I'm from Letcher County, Kentucky, in southeast Kentucky. Miss Loretta Lynn was from Johnson County, Kentucky. Now, y'all hear me talk about 10-yard holler. Down home, you got hollows, but they call them hollers. My mommy was born and raised right in 10-yard holler. And that was where I was raised. I wasn't born there. I was born in the hospital there, Whitesburg ARH. But I was raised in 10-yard holler. So in honor of Miss Loretta passing, I'm going to do this coal miner's cake. And in honor of my mommy passing, I'm going to do this coal miner's cake. And y'all, I've done this recipe before. It's really easy. And y'all, you know my cookbook is out. It's available. And I'll put the link here. It's available on Amazon. Some of yous already have the cookbook. I don't even have it yet. I don't have mine yet. I don't have my copy to show you yet. But this recipe is in that cookbook. And I'm going to be walking you through it. And it's really easy. And like I said, I've done this video, but it's been a while. Probably about a year. But this got a lot of people made this, and a lot of people love this cake. I got this recipe actually out of an old Kentucky cookbook that my mommy had, and I knew it was just fitting to put it in the cookbook because of my roots, and everybody loved this cake, and it's easy and it's simple. And I'm just going to go ahead and get started with it. It's all you're going to need is a box of Devil's Food Cake Mix, or now what I'm using, because I don't have a Devil's Food Cake Mix, but I did have White Lily Brownie Mix, and I'm going to use the White Lily Brownie Mix. And this is a good size box. This will do a 9x9 or a 9x13, and that's what I'm using. I'm using this aluminum pan here. That's a little less than a 9x13, but this will be plenty. So I am using the brownie mix from White Lily. It'd still be good. And you're gonna need a can of cherry pie filling. You're gonna need some 2 eggs, some vanilla. And for the icing, you're gonna need a cup of sugar, a stick of unsalted butter, a 1/4 cup of evaporated milk, 6 ounces of chocolate chips, and a 1/2 cup of chopped pecans. And I'm using Priester's pecans. I love their pecans. I'm using the pieces actually today on this cake because it's really good for the icing. I love pecans to bake with, and I love Priester's. And I'll put their link down there too for you if you want to check them out. So let's get started really quick on this cake. So you want to preheat your oven to 350 degrees. This is a really good cake. I've had a lot of people say they just love this cake because of the simplicity of it, and they like that you can just whip it together. It's not a from scratch cake, and I like to make from scratch cakes myself, but sometimes they ain't always you know, just ain't always convenient. So you just add your pie filling right in. This is cherry pie filling. You can do another kind if you want, maybe strawberry, but I've only done it with cherry, and I think the cherry and the chocolate is a little bit better, to be honest with you. And my 2 eggs at room temperature. Whenever you're baking, y'all, put your eggs out at room temperature. These are fresh eggs. I leave them out on the counter. As long as your eggs, if you get fresh eggs from somebody that has chickens, as long as they don't wash them off, you can leave them on the counter and just wash them right before you use them. Mine keep for about up to 2 weeks because I use them. I just keep replenishing them. Never have a problem with it. And about a teaspoon of vanilla extract, give or take a little. When it comes to vanilla and garlic and all that good stuff, you don't measure, you just measure with your heart. Measure with your eyeballs. And you're just gonna just stir this until it's combined. And as you can see, it's easy. And it's so good. You just don't overmix it, just enough to it's all stirred up. So I'm just gonna stir this until there's no more dry left. Now I'm gonna spray this with some Baker's Joy. I like Baker's Joy, especially when it comes to when you're baking cakes. It's got flour in it, y'all. That's what makes a little bit difference in it. It's got flour in it, so your stuff won't be more apt to stick. Now, y'all, it's been a hard few days for me and my sisters and my daddy, and I appreciate everybody's condolences and kind words, cards and messages. Some of the messages I ain't really been able to reply to, but you know, my mom loved everybody. She loved cooking on here when I could get her on, and she enjoyed it so much. And yep, my mommy was a coal miner's daughter. Now, my mom never made this cake, but this would have been a cake she would have loved to make. She liked to cook. Like I said, I got a lot of from my mommy, my mama, and my Aunt Patty. Mostly is where I learned to cook and got my learning from. And so you just want to just shake it down a little bit. And it's going to go in the oven for about 30 minutes. You don't want to overbake it, just until the middle, when you put a toothpick in, comes out clean. And then we'll make the icing for it. Now, for the icing, right before the cake's ready to come out, I start making the icing. So you want a stick of unsalted butter, cup of sugar, and about a 1/4 cup of whole milk or evaporated milk. Y'all like my little measuring cup? That was my mother-in-law's. And I'm just going to bring this to a boil. So you want to cook and stir this till it all melts and starts to boil. Once it starts to boil, you're only going to boil it a minute. And it helps if your butter is room temperature, in case I didn't mention that already. Cake is done, and just waiting on that good old icing to go on it. All right, see that? It's starting to boil, and I'm going to set my timer for 1 minute. All right, the frosting just come off the stove. I boiled it for a minute. Now I'm going to add the chocolate chips. It's 6 ounces, and which is about 3/4 of a cup. These are semi-sweet chocolate chips. You can use any kind you want. And my Priester's pecans, I'm using about a 1/2 cup of the pecan pieces. And you're going to stir that up really good. Y'all, this is delicious. And again, I get a lot of people, I've got a lot of messages from people who've made this cake, and they absolutely love it because it's just so simple, but it's good. If you like Black Forest cake, then pretty much that's about like what this is. So you're just going to stir that. It's going to be thin, that's all right. You're going to pour this over the cake. Once it's all melted and come together, pour it right over the cake while it's all hot. Get all that goodness out of there. And y'all let me know what your favorite kind of cake is. Do you like a layer cake or do you like a cake like this? I like about any kind of cake, but I'm a real chocolate cake fan of any kind, just about chocolate and peanut butter. And I really like this too though, but I love it with the cherries. I'm not a big cherry fan, but I like this cake because of the chocolate addition, I guess, where it's got the chocolate in it. And yep, spread it on there while it's hot. And for good measure, I like to add a few more pecans on it because I like a lot. Right on the top. Just a few more. And y'all, this is so good. Now you gotta let it cool down a little bit, but it's better when it's kind of warm or room temperature. And so we'll let it cool off just a little bit and we'll take a bite. All right, y'all, Eli's going to taste this cake. This is the first time he's ever had the coal miner's cake.
Okay.
All right, see. Bring it up over here.
Let me get a good bite right here.
Yeah. Oh. Now he likes chocolate. This boy does.
I love chocolate. Yeah.
So he's boy after my own heart, as we say. What do you think about it?
This is amazing.
He does love chocolate. Y'all, can you taste the cherries in it?
No, not really.
You don't really taste cherries?
You get like a hint of it, like
a hint. That's what I like. You taste. It's not overpowering.
Oh yeah, that one.
Yeah, you gotta hold on that.
I think that first bite was mostly chocolate.
And the frosting.
Yeah.
The frosting really. Yeah, you're gonna turn it up.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and y'all look. When I made this video, I honestly did not have the cookbook yet. It came. It came. So yes, this cookbook is available now. My cookbook is available, Mountain Cooking with Missy. And it is large print. And guys, this coal miner's cake is actually in this book. Kenzie's over here goofing off a little bit with him, but it is in this book. And y'all, it has large print. Everybody has loved that it is large print. And I have pictures in here. A few pictures of our family and stuff. And y'all, I just put my heart into it. And I'm glad you're enjoying it, Eli.
Oh yeah, it's good.
And the coal miner's cake is right there under the cakes. It's on page 73. The coal miner's cake is right there. So the recipe is in there. I will be putting the link. It's available on Amazon and just in time for Christmas. We're excited about that, all of our family. Yeah, a lot of people made this last year at Christmas, but I will be putting the link. I'm excited about it. Kenzie says hi. And I'm excited about it. It literally came like while I was making this video. I did not have it. So here it is, y'all. And I'm so excited. And in honor of my mama, who was definitely a coal miner's daughter, and Miss Loretta Lynn, who just passed away. They passed away, what, within a week of each other?
Yeah, Loretta's on the 4th.
Yeah.
Literally 7 days later. No.
Here's the coal miner's cake. And y'all, it is good.
It is very good.
Eli approves.
I do approve.
Yeah, it's gone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I've been a plate cleaner since 03.
he cleaned it up. So I hope y'all make this. I hope you grab the cookbook. I will put the link for it. It's available on Amazon. Y'all, when you get the cookbook, leave me a review. Please leave a review on the Amazon link. That helps out a lot. And tag me, @Mountain Cooking with Missy. When you get it, you can tag me and put it on your Facebook pages. That helps out a lot. I'm so excited and just honored and thankful to the Lord that that we've gotten it. And I know my mama would be proud. She would be proud.
Yeah, she would.
And her little picture is in there just in time. So there you go, Mommy. Love all you guys. Thank you for watching Mountain Cooking with Missy, where it's nothing fancy.
Just good eating.
Bye, guys.